Right, first question.
Bought quite a few of your books, but I'm just interested, will you be coming out with a healthy option, seeing as you're looking very healthy at the moment?
But
You
my
looked
food
great
is
before.
healthy. But my food, listen, you don't be thrown by everything you read. There may be a Nutella cheesecake recipe in the book, which, by the way, I didn't mean anyone to eat the whole cheesecake or to make it that much. I mean, I probably make it 4 times a year and only have a slice each time, which doesn't seem to me excessive. But also, there are an incredible amount of recipes which would be just thought of as, if you were compiling a so-called healthy eating book, would be in there too. The thing is about balance, and it reflects the way I eat. But actually, there's, you can see if you would. I don't know if you can point at anything now with the recipes. They aren't. I mean, that spaghetti there with a bit of tuna and lemon and rocket.
I mean, this is great.
I can't see. Obviously, if you're going to look in indulgence, but I think actually, funny enough, the Nigella, both the app and the book, have got more so-called healthy food in them because that's Italian food. Really,
and I think actually I noticed because there's the soup, salad, sides, and this.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a bit of something for everyone.
Because I eat a bit. Sometimes I want to eat something very plain, with plain grilled fish and a salad, and sometimes it's time for a cheesecake. I mean, it really does depend. But I'm not. I don't know that. I just don't have the right psychology to ban foodstuffs from my life.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question. Next question, please.
Thank you. I love all your Italian stuff. It all looks beautiful. I was wondering if there were any other cuisines that were quite as close to your heart.
There's no cuisine as close to my heart as Italy. I mean, there are many cuisines that interest me, but I can speak Italian and I've lived there, so that makes it easier. I can speak French, and I spent a lot of time in France. And some of it interests me, but mostly it wouldn't occur to me to do something like that. Maybe one should really come out there, do something no one's expecting, like something German food, because I do quite like German food. Scandinavian food I love, and I spent a lot of time in Scandinavia. But I don't know that, normally I like the freedom that gets from mixing cultures. I'm a Londoner, therefore that's what I come from, a cosmopolitan melting pot, I suppose. But Italy is always going to be a special place. It's where I went when I was young and became independent, I think. So.
Thank you. Next question. Lady at the back in pink over there. Thank you.
Just start by embarrassing myself and saying I'm a really massive fan.
It's not embarrassing.
And secondly, just wondering, do you prefer the more creative side of cooking or the more scientific side of baking?
Well, I came to baking late, and when I wrote I wrote How to Be a Domestic Goddess, and I think it came out in 2000, which was I had discovered baking and wanted the world to do so as well, and luckily, gratifyingly to me, they did. Now that I have become used to it and I bake a lot, it feels creative as well as scientific. I mean, I think that baking is a combination of chemistry and poetry. So you can't just be a chemist. You need to have some feel for taste as well. Otherwise, so for me, and also I can't do the very intricate stuff. I wouldn't do terribly well on the Great British Bake Off, LA, which I love. But nevertheless, I think that they feed into one another. I think I'm at my most relaxed often cooking and not thinking about it, and I love that. But you have to have an element of freedom when you bake as well. Not at first, but once you've got used to, you can't just say, oh, I think I'll put 1 egg in, not 2. But you certainly can say, I think I'm going to do cinnamon and not vanilla, or play with different ways of different icing. So I think that you can always be creative.
Anything on this side of the room? Very quiet.
Yeah, very quiet over there.
Thank you.
How much actual time do you spend personally on actually the creation, development, the apps? So on average, I mean,
I don't know about actual time in that I don't put a stopwatch on, but I am very, very involved. The only area I'm not involved is anything that needs, proper geekery, which I would love one day to be able to do. But, I don't write computer code or understand it. But I am, there is no detail that I don't impose, if not my will, then certainly present my view very, very forcefully. That's the best way I can put it.
It's the all-seeing eye of Nigella, I think.
Well,
isn't it?
I am slightly an obsessive person, and anything that has my name on it. I mean, for example, I get very annoyed when people say, I can't believe you do your own tweeting. I would never let anyone put something under my name that I haven't written. Now, occasionally, you can see on Facebook, sometimes you can tell when it's not me because then I'm referred to in the third person. But otherwise, it's very important for me that anything that has my name on it actually comes from me, which can get a bit, sometimes it's tiring, and of course, sometimes it means you get a bit behind. But I would rather get a bit behind, but everything be me. And anyway, those responsible for actually doing the hard work of building the apps technically here, and I'm sure they'll tell you that I'm sure I was very, very annoying.
I can't believe it.
Don't try.
Do you do the app at the same time as doing the book and the series, or does it follow once you finish the book?
I think, I can't get the timing exactly right. I think we got the app mostly done before filming. We did film a teeny bit of the app just once we'd started, but otherwise we had to get most of it done before, because once you start filming, you're down some rabbit hole and you don't come out. So we did most of the app before, but I left chunks of writing, which I did after filming when I was in Italy on my summer holidays. So I tried to make it just fit what I could do.
Okay. I've got time for 2 more questions, so get in or forever hold your peace. Gentleman here.
When you're doing your cooking, would you ever do a combination of dishes that have a lot of spice in them to mild dishes?
Oh yeah, I do like spicy food, but a lot of the food I cook isn't very spicy because I'm often cooking for children. That's not meant to say. So I sort of mix it. And also, again, it's as I say, I've put, for example, if you look at the app, one of the moods I've got is comfort. Now, you're going to want different sorts of food. I do quite like hot and spicy food for comfort sometimes, but I also think sometimes you want something that's very mild, never bland. I don't like blandness, but I sometimes don't need food to jump up and down and dance. I just want it to be there to soothe me.
Okay, and last question, lady over in the corner.
What's your favourite dish to make at the moment? Like if you were going home this evening and you wanted something, what would it be?
Well, I'm having a bit of a tray bake time at the moment, but that's also because it is so easy to do. And I quite like, for me, it's the best way of doing it because it's very simple, no carving, and I really like making, thinking about what can I marinate something in, even if it's only for 15 minutes. I do think there's something about that. It's a very good way as well of using up things you have, because really most vegetables and most different sorts of meats can all go on a tray. And I'm also this is the last thing I'll say, is that I'm such a chicken thigh person. I always try and talk people out of buying, breast of chicken, which I always, chicken thigh is half the price and twice the taste. So I always feel it's kind of like and then you've got the bones and you make soup later. So altogether, I feel that sort of cooking is just, for me, it's cozy, but it doesn't take hours and hours. So I like that. But that's at the moment. You could ask me something next week and it would be something different. I'm going through a lot of soups. I'm on the road at the moment, doing book signings, around the country. And so I've made lots of soups, which I then take out and take. So tomorrow is pumpkin and ginger, just so you know. I haven't decided what Friday is yet, but it's quite nice then. It gives me something to look forward to, because often there's no time to eat, and that's not good for me.
No, not good for anyone. Well, look, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you all so much for joining us.